shall live and who shall die? Vampire Knight.
Okay, hello and welcome to another episode of Arcade Assault. Today we are playing Vampire Knight. This game came out in 2000 in arcades, but I'm playing the PS2 version that came out in late 2001. However, just like when I did Time Crisis 2, I am playing this on a controller, mostly because the white flashes with the gun con were just unbearable for me. Basically though, I am playing on the highest difficulty. I'm setting my credits to 9. I don't have free play mode unlocked, and it's a giant hassle to unlock it. And I have 3 starting lives, but can go up to a maximum of 5. Also, it isn't really a giant hassle. Basically, you do all of the training stuff, and you do it at the highest level, and that's how you unlock free play mode, I think. But now let's just hit arcade mode and get right on into it as we enter Chapter 1, The Scarlet Snow Prelude. Be gone now, for your time has long since passed. Take your places in ancient history. No, so each level has a little quote, and I think they're meant to be from the main vampire's perspective, but I might be wrong on that.
We're here at last.
Yes. How long I've waited for this moment.
Let us settle this once and for all. Who shall live and who shall die?
Looks like nothing survived here, too. They're coming.
Okay, so, one thing I'm just going to state immediately is my accuracy in this game is probably going to be significantly lower than it was in Time Crisis. I'm still going to try my best, though. I'm going to try my best about it, but at the same time, I know for a fact that I'm probably going to end up trading accuracy for, just not taking damage. But obviously, I'm going to try my best in regards to both. So far, this isn't going terribly, but I do know that my accuracy in this game is, historically really bad. Also, every enemy has a health bar, but also has a weak point. If you hit the weak point, I think that is just a one-hit kill. I don't know if that's just specific to this enemy. I don't know if it's just being a one-hit kill on these ones, because they're, the super basic level 1 enemies, or if it, stays that way for the entire game. But so far, this is going pretty well, not gonna lie. And... no. Okay, that was almost really bad. Also, one thing I should note is, since I'm playing on a controller, square and X are shoot, triangle and circle are reload. And this...
Everyone's turning into vampires.
Stay back.
this is where the game introduces the sarcomas, I think they're called. Basically, they are a bit of an annoyance, but basically you have to just shoot them off the various survivors. Basically, you shoot them off various survivors, but if you miss, they will turn into a vampire, which is a fast and strong enemy. But saving this lady will give me a life up, I think.
Please help the others.
And also, this is the end of the first level. Just right there, done.
Wait. Who are you?
We hunt the creatures of the dark.
Vampire hunters.
Also, that is a comically long bridge. That is a hilariously long bridge. Okay, level 1, 69% accuracy. But we do get a 1-up, so that's kinda nice. Yeah, honestly, fully expect my accuracy by the end of this game to be like 42% or something. It's gonna be really bad. As we move on to Chapter 2, The Sword Dance Sonata. Splendid, the moment when existence turns to nothingness in a flash of brilliance. Nothing is more beautiful than the moment of death. Also, that's a cool drawing of a chimera. I think it's a chimera. Either way, it looks pretty cool, not gonna lie.
As might have been expected of a vampire hunter.
Wonderful. What interesting experimental material they are.
As expected. Not bad.
Interesting. Let's see them do better.
Wait.
Okay, so
Go.
Yeah.
So we are now in the town. And I got hit immediately. I'm off to a great start for level 2. I do know that there is a 1-up very soon. I will no doubt miss it, but I know that there is one here. Like, it's just off on this corner. And I did indeed miss it. So if I didn't save her there, I'd get dragged off onto another path through the stage. I think. Because this game does take a good few cues from House of the Dead. I mean, to be fair, I think it was made by the same...
Where am I?
I don't know if it was the same development team, but I know that it does have something... I mean, it's like WoW Entertainment made the game. I think it was like, the game was made by WoW Entertainment, and was, I think it was like developed by Sega, but uses Namco's game engine or something. I don't remember all of the details else for it. But hey, hopefully we can get through without taking too much more damage, because honestly, I don't want to lose, if I can avoid it, I would quite like to not lose continues on, you know, the first level, really. Because Chapter 1 is basically just nothing. Also, I do appreciate the game not healing this enemy. You were right there.
Didn't think I'd make it.
Oh, also, the game never states any character's name, just within the game itself. However, there is supplemental material you can unlock in the PS2 version, and I assume it's also like in art books and stuff, that actually gives you the names of the characters in this game. So the player characters are Michelle and Albert, and I messed that up really badly. Fortunately, advantage of being on controller is I can just mash if I absolutely have to. I try to avoid it, but hey, who knows? Sometimes you just need to mash it out, you know? Also, these enemies are a little bit of an annoyance, not gonna lie, but hey, we got through them. Now, the question is, can I get to the first boss without losing a continue? I hope so, but I'm not gonna hold my breath on that. Okay, that was very close. But I think I just kill this one enemy, and then I'm at the level boss. So I'm not too worried right now. There we go. And now we just go through and fight the boss.
The square is right ahead.
Stay back! Amazing. Your powers. I am the one who serves the vampire. What a joy. Finally meet such powerful ones. Draw your guns. Don't disappoint.
So this guy is apparently called Bapheleme. I don't know how to pronounce it. I know it's French. Like, I know it's French. I know like all of the characters in this game have a lot of the characters in this game have very French names. But I'll be honest, I do not know a lot of French names and how to read them properly. Also, one thing that this game does introduce, and okay, that's one continue by the end of the second level. That's not great for me, but hey, who knows? I might, hopefully I'll pick my game up for this, because if I can avoid it, I don't want to, I did one practice run and I nearly got a game over, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so, this game, Vampire Knight actually did a few things that kind of helped inspire things for the later House of the Dead games. For example, in House of the Dead 2, you don't have these kind of little bars underneath the underneath bosses' health bars to break their attacks. That's something that I think first appears here and was later carried through in House of the Dead 3. Also, this boss fight itself is actually really a little bit similar. Like, this boss fight is kind of similar in a lot of ways to the boss fight with Death in House of the Dead 3. Basically, in House of Dead 3, there is a boss fight with a giant zombie security guard, and it works very similarly to this. Only he doesn't, like, shoot projectiles at you at any point. But either way, we now get to move on to the proper boss fight. You know, we're now in the boss room.
Thought I'd meet such worthy opponents. But the fun's over. Be prepared, because I've no mercy for you. This sword will mark your grave.
Okay, so, now he transforms into, I guess, his true vampire form, and we just have to shoot him in the head. And of course, the head is the smallest part of him. Also, this is where part of where my accuracy woes in this game come from, because normally I kind of just start shooting until I don't know, normally it's like I will start shooting and just stop when the game tells me to. But at the same time, that really kills my accuracy here, because instead I will then just, you know, be just hitting them in their invincibility frames, so I don't think it counts as a hit. But yeah, this bit especially really makes me think of the death boss fight. How, like, you're kind of walking along the side and there's a couple of things just obstructing your view as you're trying to shoot it in the head. So I do think it is a little bit similar. So honestly, I had never really put that together before right now, so yeah, that's something. Also, just had to quickly destroy that pillar. Okay, that was not great for me, but on the plus side, we are very close to the end of this boss fight, and I say that. Okay, I just shot him in the head like 8 times and he took no damage, but okay. But I think I only need to break him like 1 more time. Okay, that was terrible. This is going really badly. I need to start playing better here. Because if I don't, this is going to get real bad real fast. But that is level 2 complete. Barely. But hey, we did it.
Why protect the human? What are you fighting for? Why? Light and shadow. Is there no way to free us from fate?
Okay, so with that, level 2 was done, and we had a 50% accuracy. Oh dear, this is not going very well. But hey, we now move on to Chapter 3. After this level, we will be halfway through, as we head on into Chapter 3, Burning Rhapsody. My destiny is to create. One day I will create a monstrosity so terrible it will seep into the deepest recesses of human fear. So, off we go into Chapter 3, where we now meet the level boss instantly.
Mr. Humans, we are not made for defeat. You're no vampire. Have you gone crazy? Pointing a gun at me?
Don't worry. This gun knows who to destroy.
What a coincidence. I know too. And it's you. After I'm done with you, no one will know if you existed or not.
Okay, so, basically, at the start of this level, Caroline, the little kid, is kidnapped by Guillaume. I don't know if that's pronouncing his name correctly, really sorry if it's not. But that's what the guy's called. And, he is going to just throw rocks at us. He's basically going to throw molten rocks at us, because I guess his deal is alchemy and stuff. And also, this is... You know what? I think I'm just going to accept that... You know what? I think I'm going to have to accept the fact that I am not going to beat the game on this playthrough. Oh, wow. I guess getting hit there sent me off on the other path. I don't know what that does. Okay, good to know. Good to know, as with every, flamethrower enemy in, like, every game ever, I can just shoot the packs on their back, and that will explode and instantly kill them. Tatan managed to save that person.
My body. I'm back to normal.
Oh, also, if I asked you what, like, kind of general time in history you thought this game took place, what would you say? Because I was always under the assumption that this game takes place in, like, the late, maybe like the 1800s, possibly. Like, I always assumed that it was in, like, the 17 or 1800s, based, on the fact that you see all the kind of, like, stuff of that and just how the general people are dressed. But no, apparently this game takes place in 2006, which is a little bit strange to me, not gonna lie. Also, now that I think about it, I've never been through this part of the level. Like, I've never seen this section of the level. I've always gone left at the start. But hey, we managed to save that, guys, so that's good.
Yes, I'm back to normal.
Great, can I have a 1-up? No? Okay, there's 2 of these things there. 10 out of 10, I do that in time. I've never seen that move from them either. Okay. Okay, cool. Giant fan room, good to know. I feel like we... Okay, so I know that there's obviously like some degree of supernatural stuff happening with these protagonists. I wasn't expecting that. These things are getting closer. Well, my accuracy rating for this level probably just dropped by a significant percentage. But hey, I didn't get hit, so I guess that's a win. Man, my total accuracy at the end of this game is going to be miserable. Genuinely, yeah, I think I'm going to have like 39% or something. Because I am just doing terribly at this. Obviously, yeah, I feel like maybe a bit more patience is a requirement on my part. But hey, if nothing else, I'm getting to see a new section of the level that I've never seen before. Oh, and we are now up to the boss fight. Because we come up here and we fight the boss. Us. And now we get to fight Guillaume in his, whatchamacallit, vampire, well, proper vampire form.
Don't be so sure of yourselves, humans. You stupid humans. I'll show you how incompetent you are.
So, this boss form is basically like, we have Hanged Man and Magician at home. Like I know they're all like made by the same people and everything, but like, this is some Wish.com Magician and Hanged Man over here. Also, don't mind the fact that we're just, like, jumping between, like, giant gaps in this bridge, like it's absolutely nothing. But hey, that's just how it goes, I suppose. Oh, also, this is maybe the boss fight I'm the most worried about, so hopefully I can get through without too much hassle, but... oh, it could be bad. If I could get a 1-up in there, that'd be great. I'm sure that there's probably, like... I'm sure statistically there probably has to be, like, at least something to get you more points or a 1-up in there somewhere, but I have no idea where it is, if there is one. I will say, I do like how you get the kind of, like, fiery... I don't want to say they're veins, but, like, how he has, like visually, as much as I do think he is definitely, like, Wish.com Magician cross-hanged man, like, I do quite like his boss design here. Unfortunately, fighting him on a controller is maybe a little bit less enjoyable than I would like. But hey, that is entirely on me. So I'm just going to try to mash it out and just hit him as best I can. You know what? That actually went really well. Oh, also, if I tap R1, I just, like, recenter it immediately. That is something I should probably do more often. Because it is something that I'm forgetting to do pretty regularly. But hey, we are managing. Barely, but we are managing. And after this fight, we are halfway through the game. Unfortunately, okay, we did hit him. Fantastic. Yeah, I'll be totally honest. I'm fully prepared to. Well, I'll be totally honest. I am fully expecting to get hit every single time he does anything in this fight, because honestly, even when I'm playing with this on the actual, like, even when I'm playing this just as normally, I feel like this is always the boss fight I struggle with the most, which is a bit weird. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm always playing on a controller, and he's probably like the fastest moving boss. That's probably it. Either way, I do quite like this boss fight. I imagine it's really fun if you're playing it with an actual light gun. However, I have never actually done this boss fight while using just the regular light gun. On the plus side, we are very close to the end. As you can see, his blue health bar is just about gone. And now, in Zeal fashion, he's just going to try to dive us. Actually, I guess that's still Hanged Man fashion, because Zeal is basically just a new version of Hanged Man, so... And now... Okay, well, we barely broke the attack, but we did break the attack nonetheless. Now, just 1 or 2 more times, and then we're done. Because his health bar is very low. Okay, 1 more. So the question is, do I lose the continue before I kill him here? No, we do not. Fantastic. And with that, he's done. Barely, but hey, he's done.
So, that's the way it is it? Me, defeated by humans? Never!
That was scary.
Okay, so, we now move on to Chapter 4. Do I get a 1-up for that, because I saved for both the people? I don't think... Oh, thank goodness I do. Okay, so that's a little bit better. As we now head on into Chapter 4, which is... Should humanity exist? Is it worth saving? Chapter 4, Phantasma Concerto. To be fair, cool title for a level. And we actually meet the level boss immediately here again. So we are about to meet Raoul.
He's been defeated.
He deserved it.
You still can't forget about her.
What do you know? What I have lost. The pain I have suffered. Now, let's see what a human can do.
Thank you for rescuing me.
There's no need to thank us. We're here too.
They're coming.
Okay, straight into the level. So, the gimmick for this level is enemies just jumping through portals, basically. Also, one thing I will say that's kind of cool is every level has unique enemies. I think that is a great little thing for this game. So, in this one, we'll be seeing these, like, little Reaper guys, and then we'll also be seeing, you know, those kind of weird guys who were just throwing stuff. Yeah, that was close. And then we'll also be seeing these kind of sorcerer-looking guys. I'm bad at describing some of these things, not gonna lie.
I must admit, you have done well. Go. Humans? How vain can you be? Enough! You humans disgust me! Now it's your turn to suffer!
We have Squall at home. So basically, this guy's entire gimmick is he will split himself into 3, you have to find the right one and shoot the real one. And it takes 3 hits to break it, but hey, we are managing. I don't know if I'm getting bonus points for breaking these things, by the way. And I think it is somewhat consistent, but I don't actually know for certain. To be totally honest, I'm guessing which one it is. That's right. Okay, yeah, I think he might go, like, right, middle, left, right, middle, left. I might be wrong on that, but I feel like he might be. Well, I can build a Fury of a test next time he turns up. And these are those sorcerer guys that I mentioned. They will basically just do this loop over and over again until you kill them. So, realistically, I think you if you get points for destroying their... Like, if you get points for destroying their orb attack, theoretically, you could probably just sit there forever and just farm that. But at the same time, that'd be very boring. Also, those guys have the same sound effect that, like, bats do in House of the Dead. Which is a little bit funny, not gonna lie. That was close. Okay, got him. Barely, but we got him. So now we go up some stairs right after we deal with this person. And safe? No, not quite. Well, now I just feel bad. But hey, can't save them all, I guess. Because, well, unfortunately, saving them all relies on me being accurate in this game. Also, I do not know what causes her to fall, but I think there is a way to have her fall down there. Well, I guess it must be dependent on how long you take. Because I've also never actually been down this way either.
Thank you.
So, I guess this is just gonna be a playthrough of me learning new paths through Vampire Knight that I've never seen before. I will say, I do quite like how this bit is, like, all monochrome. Like, it's all just blacks, whites, and shades of gore. And I like how it's all black, white, and shades of grey. I think that's really cool. And hopefully we get through without too much more hassle. Fantastic. I mean, I say that, I have no idea where the boss fight is in this level. Because, yeah, I don't know how long this section is. I imagine they're probably the same length comparatively. Like, I imagine it's about the same, depending on whichever side you go through. But hey, I got one hit kill on that guy. Fantastic. Oh, well, he has a boss, okay. So now it's basically the same thing, only he will now jump up onto some stuff. But you get the first hit for free. I think it might also be a little easier to tell which one he is. However, obviously, after a certain point in this fight, he will... After a certain point in his health bar, he will change into an actual boss fight. And hopefully that one won't be too much of a hassle. But I'm not going to hold my breath on that. On the plus side, basically, I'm shooting him slowly as opposed to just, like, unloading all of my shots at once. Basically just to try to save as much accuracy as I can.
You humans made me remember I couldn't save her. This pain, to heal my pain, I shall sacrifice my soul and be a vampire. Humans, heal my soul!
That is one of the funniest bad edgy line deliveries I have ever heard. Also, this guy is, we have the magician if he was a summoner at home. Like, the last one was kind of, we have Hanged Man at home. This one is, like, definitively, like, we have the magician at home. Only he's summoning stuff instead of using cool pyrokinetic moves. That was very close, though. Oh, also, this cool giant, like, vampire demon thing he's summoning, I think we'll actually be seeing that again. Like, I'm pretty sure the final boss also uses it for an attack, which is a little bit weird, because it's like, why does this guy have it? Also, one thing I have learned about that attack is if you just recenter, you can always hit those. And that is another continue. That is not great for me, because in my practice run of this boss is actually where I lost most of my health. I say most of my health. I think I used like 3 continues on this boss fight. Like, Raoul and Guillaume and the next boss fight were pretty much where I lost all of my continues. But hey, as long as I beat the game, that's all that really matters to me. Because, to be totally honest, Vampire Knight is not a... It's not a rail shooter I'm the most familiar with. I think collectively across my entire life, I think I've played it maybe like 5 or 6 times. But aside from my practice run earlier today, this is actually the first time I'm playing on anything above like normal difficulty. And I am just getting destroyed by this boss fight. I guess he was mad that I said we have the magician at home. But on the plus side, I think we're only like 1 or 2 breaks of his health bar away from killing him. But on the bad side, this is starting to look pretty bad for me here. But hey, we should, hopefully, I feel like I might be able to get through in time. As soon as I can just hit him. Okay, got him. Fantastic. Barely. Barely got him.
Sophie, please forgive me.
Please save him! Hasn't he suffered enough? Humans suffer, right?
Why? Why am I still alive?
Live your life as a human. Fight your soul once again.
If he's a vampire, surely he still just dies in the daylight, right? Okay, 62% accuracy, that's probably going to be the highest I'm going to see until the credits roll. I mean, I say that, like, my endgame accuracy is going to be atrociously bad. But hey, we now head on into the second to last level, Chapter 5. Vinculum Nocturne. Why do I exist? How many lives must I sacrifice? How can I end my cursed fate? And now, we get to be introduced to the second last boss.
Please wait, Sir Vampire.
You stay here. I shall go.
No, please let me. I'll hold them off for sure. Leave at once. Sir Vampire has suffered enough.
No. Not this time.
So be it. If this is what you want, I must stop you here.
Yeah, I don't know how we were supposedly having that conversation, but whatever. Also, you may have noticed that there is a kind of like general theme in each level. Oh, so obviously the one a couple of levels ago was fire-based, that last one we did was kind of phantasms and shadows, and this one is obviously water and ice. So hopefully we can get through without too much hassle, but this could be bad for me. This level could be a disaster. But hey, we'll see how it goes. Also, I really need to stop shooting before they become, like... Basically, there are, like, a few seconds before... That could have been really bad. There's a few seconds where a character will... Where an enemy will appear, but, like, there's a few seconds before you can actually hit them. And, honestly, if I get hit here, this is going to be a disastrously... Nope! Okay, there's my continue. I have not much left, not gonna lie. Okay, hopefully I can get to the level boss without using another one.
I must stop you here.
Also, this is just an attack that the Emperor uses in House of the Dead 2, where it just creates those kind of spheres and throws them at you. And that's just another version of it, only slower.
Leave at once.
And yeah, basically, I feel like this game simultaneously has a few unique ideas, but also loves rehashing stuff. Also, I'm sure that if I hit one of those statues, statistically, there's probably one of them that would give me a life up, but I do not know which one that would be, and obviously I don't have the time to really find out. Honestly, this is going so badly. But on the plus side, this is the second to last level. And even if I have a really bad one here, it's entirely possible that I can just have one really good final boss fight. Right? Because, I guess, very minor spoiler alert, the last level is just a boss fight. And that went pretty badly. But hey, now we just jump up here. You know, because another bit of evidence for the, hey, if you haven't figured out that there's something going on with these guys, and maybe they are somewhat supernatural themselves already, well, there's another kind of reason as to why they are. Because, I'm no expert, but I feel like even the most, gymnastically and athletically talented humans probably can't just physically jump that high. You're just in one single effortless bound. Okay, so there's 4 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Got it. Fantastic. And up we go. I think we are pretty close to the level boss here. I might be wrong on that, but I'm pretty sure that we're getting pretty close to it. I probably should have shot those things in the background to see if there was a 1-up there. Okay, I think this is the level boss now. Not quite.
Please let us be as you wanted to be 300 years ago.
Okay, so to me that just says, hey, this exact scenario played out 300 years in the past. That isn't quite it, as far as I'm aware. But again, my knowledge of this game's story is kind of all over the place, because this game's story is kind of all over the place, and very little is actually stated in-game. But we are now at the boss fight.
So you have come this far. But I cannot let you go any further.
Have it your way.
Wait! Why can't you settle your differences? Why do you hate each other?
Humans and vampires compromising. What a silly thing you say, little one. But I can't stop here. The warmth Sir Vampire has given me. I can't turn back now.
Okay, so this is Diane. Yes, that's her name. She's just called Diane. And this is her boss fight. Basically, I just need to shoot her in the upper... basically, just shoot the upper body. That's the weak point. And the question is, can I break through the attack every time? If I mash hard enough, I would like to believe so. Oh. Basically, I'm just going to try to break through the attack every time, because I don't really have lives to spare. I mean, I know that I'm saying that with 3 full credits left, but obviously, if I can avoid it, I would quite like to have some credits left, just in case the final boss fight doesn't quite go to plan. But hey, we are nearly halfway through this fight already. Partially because I have just been mashing every single time, but hey, we are getting there. I think she's going to go into her second phase now, where she has different moves. Like, she has one where she falls... No? She must do it soon. I know she has a move where she does as a barrier, and that kind of spirals towards you, and then she has another one where she dives. But so far, she is not using it. I mean, I'm not going to complain. There we go. Okay, there's the diving move. So basically, she will just dive and kind of spin around the area, then pop up and bite you. So, I kind of want to say that's almost similar to Tower. I want to say that's, in a sense, similar to Tower in House of the Dead 2, when it does that in its second form, but realistically, that's a bit of a reach, I think. Also, I'll be totally honest, my accuracy here is abysmal. There's a continue, but hey, that's to be expected when my aiming is apparently that bad. But with this, we should finish off the boss fight. There we go, fantastic. On we go to the final stage. We have 2 continues left. We have technically 3.
What you said may be true. Thank you. And farewell, my beloved vampire.
Okay, so there wasn't anyone to save in that level. We had 56% accuracy, still not great, but hey, I will take it as we head on into the final stage. I will also take a life up. That is very welcome going into the last level. So, Chapter 6, Final Stage, Moonlight Symphony. They have come to take my life. Let us settle this 300-year-old war once and for all. Who shall live, and who shall die?
You, stay here.
But
We must go on from here without you. You must stay here if you don't want to die.
You mustn't die. You must live on.
So this is our
Okay, so this is Auguste, also known as the Vampire. He is never referred to by name in game. He's always just the Vampire. And pretty much, if I have understood the plot correctly, basically I think the player characters were created by him. I think it's like the player characters were created by him 300 years ago in order to basically destroy him. Because I know something about how he was suffering as an immortal. And how, therefore, would create a shadow, would create a light to his shadow or something. It's a little bit of a weird one. Fortunately, I do think this boss fight, from what I remember this boss fight being pretty simple. Also, I feel like that attack that I just broke super fast, I feel like that is one that kind of gets rehashed in House of the Dead 3, only it's made way faster, probably because the final boss in House of the Dead 3 is an absolute massive pain. At some point, I will do House of the Dead 3 on here, and I will no doubt have some fighting words for that boss fight. Because I do not like the final boss of House of the Dead 3 very much. Which is a shame, because I love House of the Dead 3. But hey, who knows? Who knows? Maybe over time my opinion on it will have... I don't want to say my opinion on it could have sweetened, because that would be incorrect. But like... my current opinion on it is sour, so I guess that... So I guess that would be it? I don't know. I nearly got hit by that one bat. Also, I'm really sorry for you having to hear the just like one bat dying sound over and over and over again. Unfortunately, that is kind of just how this boss fight goes. Until he gets to about half health when he actually goes into a proper boss fight. But for now, he is basically just going to be in using all the bats all the time. And so he goes into kind of phase 2 now. Fantastic. So no more bats to worry about, I think.
What has changed you 300 years? Where there is no light, there is no shadow. Knowing this, you still want to fight?
Our destiny is where our fate takes us.
I shall not be defeated. I am immortal. I am the vampire!
Like, I kind of think that maybe when this game was being made, none of the characters had names, and all of the names were created when the PS2 version came out. Oh, also, that is just a magician move. That is another we have the magician at home type thing. Like how he spins around the arena a few times, then comes in with a fire claw attack. That is very reminiscent of... the magician from House of the Dead. Although, to be fair, you know, largely same devs, I think, so that was very close. I did have to mash that one out, not gonna lie. But hey, we are getting through this fight, and... Okay, basically all I need to do is break the attack before that fires. But hey, that's okay. Good to know that if I react... Good to know that I, like, at least have a reaction time for it. I will say, I do quite like how he has one attack, kind of from all of the other bosses. Like, he has the big sword blast, as from the Night Guy, whose name is eluding me right now. He has Guillaume's fireball attack. He has Diane's kind of pillars of water and stuff. And then he has this one from Raoul with all the portals. I think that is kind of cool. Okay, we have 2 continues left. So, I can take up to 5 more hits. But if I get hit 6 more times, I get a game over. But I think I'm in the clear, because I know what his because I know that he'll be going into that. I know he'll be going into the final phase soon. And I think from there I should be okay. That was super close though. I think I need to hit him like a few more times, then he'll go into the final phase. And the final phase is pretty easy, to be totally honest. Okay, I got hit there. That's not ideal, but I have 4 more hits to work with. I can get hit 4 more times before I game over. Okay, that's pretty bad. I can now get hit 3 more times. But you know what? As long as I have 1 bit of health left, even if it's on 0 continues, it's still winnable. Okay, we are now into the danger zone, I guess. This is right at the end here. Okay, he should go into final phase now. No? Is he just not going to go into final phase? It's like, what's happening here? There we go. Okay, proper final phase now. Basically, he will now just go invisible. He will now go invisible and just kind of just come up and bite at the player. Fortunately, if you kind of just keep your eye on him, you can kind of trace where he's going. Honestly, once you get to this phase, I feel like it's really easy to keep an eye on him. Because he kind of just zigzags towards you. I mean, I say that, of course, my own hubris, once again. I say that and immediately nearly get hit. But he kind of just zigzags towards you, almost like Zeal does. As now to think about it, only way, way slower. And this is, again, this is on the highest difficulty, but that should end the game. That is Vampire Knight complete. The vampire is defeated.
I will die. And so will you.
We are not what we were 300 years ago. The girl, she changed us. She gave us the warmth of that of a human. We shall disappear with you.
We have no regrets. It's all over now. Farewell.
Six months later.
I'm alive. I shall not forget. My heart shall remember all. That day, that moment, and what happened.
And with that, Vampire Knight is complete. I assume that third grave was for... I assume it must have been for, either... I assume it must have been for Diane and August, but I don't actually know. Okay, my 52% accuracy. You know what? I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because it's above 50%. Like, I didn't miss more than half. I'm okay with that. Also, even if you get a game over in this, it's nowhere near as cool as in House of the Dead. Anyway, with that, I'm just going to quickly do that, and I'll just let the... I guess I'll just let the attract mode go through again. But yeah, with that, Vampire Knight is done. To be totally honest, I think it has some potential in a lot of ways. And, you know, with... especially the thing with being able to break the boss's attack, I think that is good. I think that's obviously something that was later proven to be a good idea, because they carried that forward into House of the Dead 3 and 4 and onwards. So genuinely, I think that is a great little addition that they put in with it. But overall, I don't know, I feel like when you see a Namco and a Sega logo together on an on-rails shooter, you probably expect something spectacular, and this is kind of just... it's kind of just okay. I know that there is the entire thing where it was like, Sega weren't... it was like Sega always used like their own arcade boards for it, so they didn't really know... so they hadn't really used like the Namco arcade board and everything. But I don't know, I feel like the game, while it has some nice ideas, and I do like how every level has unique enemies, I feel like, in general, Vampire Knight itself isn't amazing. But, since we've now finished the game, we can now put it next to Time Crisis 1 and Time Crisis 2. I think I used 8 continues or something and had 52% accuracy. So, so far, my performance in Vampire Knight has been my weakest so far. But with that, I'm going to end off today's episode here. So, as always, feel free to leave a comment or click any of the buttons down below if you feel so inclined, and I will hopefully see you all next time for whatever it is I'm doing next. Okay, thanks for watching. Later.